So we are definitely in a crypto emergency, quite possibly what I'm kind of considering a little, not a little, a flash crash here as it relates to the overall crypto. But I think really the key I'm looking at is crypto emergency. An emergency situation. We've got a lot of moving parts. So I'm going to get into this for you. As always, thank you for your time. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button, subscribe below. Also, definitely go give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't already done so. I'm going to start ramping up Twitter as well. So I would appreciate it. There's links down below to my Twitter page. Okay. Twitter. I always like to say Twitter. Okay. So here's what's going on is that the overall market is now 876 billion, well south of a trillion, which is where we were at yesterday. Yesterday was the most tumultuous, crazy, insane day, whatever metaphor you want to put on it. It was absolutely insanity. And we are still dealing with the impact of it. Okay. And most of it has to do with, obviously, I believe fundamentally, the fear of the FTX contagion. Yesterday we had all the events that happened. FTX, the fear of it going insolvent, the fear of it just going out, going down. Obviously, then CZ from Binance stepped in, said we're going to buy them after due diligence. The markets went back up, and then and then almost within an hour, things flipped, and the market went completely dramatically red in a massive faction. And I think ultimately it comes back to this: it's the fear of FTX contagion. Is it going to get worse? It's that fear. Is it going to spread to other major big exchanges? Is there going to be more fallout for all of, for the who and what and how are associated with FTX? Similar to kind of like a Celsius and a Voyager, there were other, companies that went down. Now, these are not necessarily the same situations, obviously, but it's that fear, right? And so you can see it. It is rampant. It has caused this, what I'm calling a flash crash of where everything is moving down, like in the 7 days, Ethereum down 21%, Bitcoin down 13. This is all really, it says 7 days, but this number is really in the last 36 hours. Okay. And so here's what it really comes down to. It is entirely possible that from here, Bitcoin can and probably will go to 14,000 at some point in time. This is not me spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt. This is what some very, very smart people in the proverbial room are looking at and saying, some very smart people who do technical analysis that I look to, that I trust, and things of that nature. So it looks like that 14,000-ish could be our bottom if we continue kind of this slow bleed out. And you've got this major negative catalyst that is this FTX Binance situation playing out. And it's the fear that, and the word contagion is really a good word for it, right? Is this going to spread? And that is the fear that is running. So people are like, you know what? I'm taking my money off the table. By the way, on a side note, $6 billion, that's with a B, $6 billion was pulled off of FTX in the last 36 hours. That's how much of a massive bank run, so to speak, was, where people ran and were pulling their money off of FTX. Okay. So again, this is a really quickly evolving situation. We've got some more downside risk here. Okay. Now, with that said, there is a positive lining, silver lining here. We could be getting a piece of good news tomorrow, Thursday, when the CPI, the Consumer Price Index report, comes in. This is a key report that the Federal Reserve looks at relationship to, raising interest rates to fight off inflation. So everybody's now looking at tomorrow. And the expectation is that we're going to get a good report showing that, inflation's gone from, say, 8.2% maybe to 8% or 7.9. If we get a move down in meaning that the CPI numbers moving down, that could get us back on the right track and could kind of help people put this FTX SBF thing behind us in some form or fashion. So that's the silver lining here. That's what I'm watching tomorrow for you. But yes, we are right now in a crypto emergency, a minor crypto crash. We got Bitcoin, I think, still got some downside exposure. Ethereum does as well. If we get some good news tomorrow with CPI, that might minimize that downside exposure that I talked about with Bitcoin going to maybe 14,000, Ethereum slipping below 1,000, and all the major blue chips dropping down more. Again, this is an evolving situation, and we're all dealing with it as well as we can. And that's what I got for you right now. Thank you for your support. I will see you later. Bye.